Hey guys, Brian here at English Mountain Outdoors. I'm going to do a quick little video. This is kind of on the line of those videos I was talking about doing for the cadets and the Civil Air Patrol. Our Sevier County Squadron, we've actually got a pretty good group of cadets, and I was asked by Captain Wynn to do a few videos showing some basics of being out in the woods. Today I want to talk about the 5 C's and the rule of threes. There are more C's than just the 5. A lot of guys have a list of 10. I've seen more, but these are the basic 5. It is cutting, cordage, cover, combustion, and container. You need a knife. Typically I have 2 or 3. I've usually got a big fixed blade knife. I have a folder pocket knife, and most of the time I've got my Swiss Army knife with me. Cordage, my suggestion, paracord. Paracord is super useful out in the woods. Any kind of cordage is useful, but paracord, because of the way it's constructed, has small inner fibers that you can pull out and use as fishing line or sew up clothing. You can even suture wounds with it if you needed to. I've always got a hank of paracord with me. Combustion, I generally have at least 3 or 4 different ways to start a fire in my bag. I recommend carrying some kind of pre-made or pre-collected tinder in a waterproof container, because like where we live, I'm in the Smokies, it's been raining and it feels like somebody should be getting an ark ready. Tinder around right now is very scarce. I could go chop some fat wood out of a tree if I needed to, but I usually have this. This product is just a shredded wood fiber. It's got a wax in it. I didn't make this. I can make something similar, but this is a company called Fiberlight, a veteran-owned company. This guy makes some really good stuff. This stuff takes a quick spark, burns long enough to get a little fire going even when it's wet. Ferro rod. I've always got 2 or 3 different size ferro rods. This is my bigger one. I've got a smaller one that fits on my neck knife. Container. I have always got my canteen for water, and then something to boil water in. You've got to have a container with you. There are filtration methods to clean up dirty water and make it palatable, but the problem with that is filtration won't get bacteria out or any kind of organism that can cause you to be sick. So you gotta have something to boil water in. Even a small stainless steel water bottle, those work great. Just make sure it's not the double walled kind, because those can explode. Cover, I've always got one of these in my bag. This is the Walmart, I believe it is called UST. It's a emergency Mylar tarp. Now this one, you can get Mylar tarps in first aid kits. They're usually folded up really small. I recommend having one of those, but the ones that come in first aid kits are really fragile, for lack of a better word. They are handy to have because you can wrap your body in it. Now they won't generate heat, but they can help trap heat that your body already has, hopefully keep you from losing more body heat. I like this one. I paid $12 for this. I've seen similar ones that were much more expensive, and I'm a very frugal guy, so this one I paid, I think it was $11 or $12 at Walmart. I have actually had this thing in my dome. I had a dome shelter set up, a debris hut, and I had this lining my roof, and I've had a fire inside that thing, and the flames actually burning and touching the silver side of this, and it never got hot enough on this side to even melt the plastic that's on the back of it. So these are super super tarps for the money. I've got 2 of them. The one that I had over my fire is still at my regular base camp. This one is in my bag all the time. And you gotta have it. You gotta have something for cover, which this would be. I'll show you when I get into the 3C or the rule of threes. I use this as a roof for my tarp. I can lay down underneath it. I don't have my bedroll or anything like that with me. I'm not going to stay out tonight, but I want to come out and do this video. But your 5 C's: cutting, combustion, container, cover, and cordage. Those 5 things need to be in your bag at all times. There are more. I'm trying to remember some of them. I know there's like the compass and a few additional items that are C words. But to me, the 5 basics are essential. You got to have those. The rule of threes, a lot of people are familiar with it, is you can go 3 hours without shelter, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. There is some play and gray area in those rules, but for the most part, it's pretty good system. If I get into a situation where I need to set up a camp, my first thing is going to be a shelter. I've heard people say, no, you need to get fire first so that you can get warm to do your other stuff, but if like it's going to be raining here shortly, I hope I can get this done before it starts. But you can't last long in the elements. I know a lot of you guys, you're thinking, you know, we go out and hike all day long and we're fine. Well, that is true, but in a survival situation, you need to be able to get a shelter up, because if it's pouring rain and you get a fire going, your fire is going to get rained on while you're getting your shelter set up. I like to set my shelter up first, get that out of the way. That's the hardest part of it. I'll then get my fire. I'll start collecting firewood, get ready for that. And then my last step would be to look for a source of water. Right now, water will be everywhere here. And in fact, in just a few minutes, I can take this tarp and create a basin to catch some rainwater in if I needed it. But I'm gonna run through real quick, show you why I carry this stuff. My cord, just some black paracord. You can get some, they've got this survivor cord now that has a fire cord inside it that you can strip it out. It's a waxy, pretty flammable stuff that'll hold a flame for a few minutes. You can get it to fray it out and get a spark to catch with a ferro rod. It has a piece of fishing line in it, and I've even seen some with a thin piece of snare wire. So, but I'm going to show you. I hope I can stay in frame, but basically this is what I'll do. I'll take my paracord and get a ridge line set up. And basically, we showed some knots at our meeting the other night to the cadets. I'm going to show you what the trucker's hitch. Captain Wynn was trying to show you guys about this trucker's hitch. What I do, I'll come back. Well, not far enough. I will come back here, put a loop. Just a slip knot works. Just slip your free end through. And I have a cat playing with the other end of my cord, so once I got the loop like that, you can string that. All it requires is a small pinch, another quick slip knot, and that's in there. And I'll take this, my mylar tarp, I'm not going to set this all up because, like I said, it's about to start pouring rain, and I'm going to try to get out of here pretty quick. But that's how I would set it up. Generally, I will take a short piece of cordage on each corner. And use a prusik knot to tighten it, keep it stretched tight. and then I'll tie it off in the back or throw some logs or rocks down on it. This is a great system. I use it a lot. I prefer to sleep on the ground, so this is usually where I'm at. Now, as far as I want to show you real quick about the carrying some tinder, because even when it's wet, you got to be able to get a fire going. And if you have a shelter already up, you can process wood down smaller inside the shelter. I'm not sure how well you can see this. Let me check this frame. And I'm sorry if the camera's moving a lot. My cat is driving me insane. I think you can see this from where you're at. This stuff, like I said, it's dry. I carry it in a waterproof container. And it will take a spark super quick. A wrong knife for that. And let's see. Like I said, sometimes that's the difference in getting a fire going and not getting a fire going. I've spent a few nights in the woods. One of my good friends, Dodge, he can vouch for that fact. We spent a night in the Smokies. I think it rained a couple inches on us that night, and we never got a fire going. Had I had some stuff like that, it wouldn't have been a problem. And I don't know if you can still see it. That stuff is still burning down here. But I wanted to do this just a quick video, just to show you the basics that I go by. There are a lot more things involved, but this can these 5 things: cut, cord, container, cover, and combustion. You got to have those things with you, or you can get yourself in some serious trouble. So I'm gonna wrap this one up. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one.